So Dmitry, is there a movement of any kind? Do you know of individuals who, other than yourself perhaps, that are actively working towards taking some of the better parts of the technology and, rescaling them, and also, as you said, creating them in such a way that there's longevity? Are there any organized movement, or is this sort of hit and miss? Could you address that?
Well, I don't think it can be an organized movement. I think it's better off as a disorganized movement. Mm-hmm. As an organized movements tend to get on somebody's radar, and then they become a fad, and then that fad becomes unfashionable, and then that's the end. So disorganized, chaotic, hard to identify movements are much better. One of the things that is happening is there are a lot of people who live on board boats. It's such it's a potent symbol of freedom, first of all, and secondly, in practical ways, it's a life hack. People are, in the United States especially, but in most developed countries, are absolutely robbed blind by having to pay for a place to live. That's really, other than the medical racket and the higher education racket, that is the way people get fleeced. Is that it's a stupid little ticky-tacky box, but for some reason it costs $500,000. It's like, I don't know, maybe $5,000 worth of plastic and inferior grade wood, and suddenly you have something that's worth $500,000, and people have to spend half their income just paying rent on it. But if you own a boat, first of all, that's one of the few ways that somebody can own a residence free and clear. There are boats that are perfectly livable that cost absolutely nothing. But the whole problem with boats is that you have to be a DIY person. You have to be able to do all of the plumbing, all of the electrical work, all the paint, all the carpentry, everything yourself, engine work. Because if you start paying for it, you go broke. You start paying for labor, you go broke. So what that breeds is some very capable and self-reliant people who test every bit of technology to destruction collectively that goes on board a boat, because you don't want anything on a boat that you can't replace or repair yourself. Mm-hmm. And you don't want anything that's going to suddenly break. So everything tends to be very exhaustively tested in that environment. And the sea is very good at breaking things. So anything that's not very well made is going to be broken. And so that is kind of a pocket of resilience that exists.